I'm like, I haven't showed my face. And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, people are really trying to make me hide from people. Yeah, like they don't want me to be seen. They don't want my face to be seen. Basically, it's like what I gather, it's like it's because of your physical appearance being cute, and it's also because your soul and spirit is emanating and shining through you. Yeah, I know, self-explanatory. And I got like so many cool knickknacks and shit, stuff I make. Glass, plastic, and stones and rondelle stuff. I know I fasted. I know, I'm like, I just use, it's like turning negatives into positives, so it's like, even though it's like you throw like a little tantrum and shit because it's like you're not able to spend like before and shit. Yeah, I know, immature, spoiled brat shit. Um, yeah, but it was like, what was that? Yeah, it's like I get spiteful and shit. Yeah, I know. It's like a bad habit. Something I have to work on, I guess. So, this is like random stuff I got. I don't know. Yeah, I'd like to experiment more with lighting and shit. I just don't like it like super lit, but it's like controlled lighting or something. But yeah, I have a few things. Okay, so I have realized something. Well, a lot of different things. So this is like a lot of different stuff I'm gonna touch on to those that are curious. Uh, so in some too creative stuff. So it's weird because it's like as people are deliberately triggering me, right? Okay. So it's like I can't take it all personally, so I'm having to learn, like, especially as an Aries, to like step back and be like, detach, like emotionally detach, and not to get triggered or as triggered or whatever. But you use the getting triggered and like alchemize it and reintegrate it. Yeah, so it's like using that as like more or less like leverage and to your advantage, basically. That's what I gather. Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna keep growing it out. Yeah, I'm like, I need to have hair on my head. No, I devoted enough. Yeah, I don't know, my head. Yeah, they've been curious. I have a weird birthmark on the back. It's like big and dark. Like when you shave my head, you can see it. Yeah, and I think there's like, I don't know if it's on here or over here. There is kind of like a weird, like, I don't know, like indent or something. I don't know. But, um, so there's something to be said about people that want people to steer away from coffee. Yeah, that to me is actually an agenda that those particular people have. I'm not saying that what they're these people know who they are. I'm not saying that they don't still have good intentions, but at the same time, if you ask me from what me practicing on myself first-handedly, first and foremost, so me using myself as a guinea pig, I'm able to figure things out naturally, right? It's the natural reintegrating and restoring the natural processes of things or the natural state of being in your natural element, in your natural self, in your natural existence within this plane of existence. So using yourself literally as a guinea pig, and you can use that to your advantage basically because just by you being yourself, you automatically expose anything and anyone at any given point in time. So basically, in other words, you'll expose any and every agenda and or agendas that are going on at any given point in time with anyone at any, yeah, so, self-explanatory. So, in other words, people that are trying to dissuade people from coffee, yeah, that's an agenda. Because I know, because by me putting credit first and foremost and blind trust, mind you, right? So being Boo Boo the fool, Boo Boo the pretender, right? And being a master at it. So I'm a master Heyoka, a master holy idiot, right? So I'm a master idiot. I'm a master stupid person. So that's actually just saying I'm a master Heyoka. Yeah, so like people trying to get at me and thinking that they're gonna one up me because of that, they're not. Because that's just another way of saying to someone, reaffirming that that person is the master at Boo Boo the fool, Boo Boo the pretender, the Heyoka, the holy idiot. Because all I had to do, well, this was like maybe even like a month ago, was Google Heyoka and it came up on Google. So even a kid, so all these people that are so thinking they're hot shit, whether it's the psychics or whatever, they don't necessarily realize that even a kid can actually do what they're doing. While they're trying to be big bad wolf, big and badass, and divide and conquer and dominate, a specific terrain or all terrains or whatever, and utilize all that at their said disposal simultaneously in the present time, children in and of themselves can access multiple dimensions at once in the present time as well. So they are no different than these big bad wolf psychics or psychic mediums within this terrarium, within this realm and plane of existence is correct. Try as they might, it wouldn't matter. It would be irrelevant. And the kid's just gonna look at these females still laughing at them. So yes, there is an agenda with not wanting people to drink coffee or whatever, because me first-handedly constantly using myself as a guinea pig and putting credit where it's due first and foremost, instead of dismissing why you're drawn to things or have been drawn to things, instead of just dismissing something as, oh, it's just an addiction, you're just addicted. No, that whole thing that people are saying in the past, I've seen, whether quickly glancing at the regular, Nazi hypno television, which I do randomly glance and have because God tells me to, so I do. That's not just exclusive to melanin people either. So I don't know where some of you knuckleheads got that through your heads. To whom needs to hear that? Yeah. So addiction is not a disease. Addiction is not a disease, basically, in other words. So they were thinking that addiction, to whom peoples and collective, they were thinking that addiction is a disease, but it's not. So they rather, it's just that, big pharma or whatever, the powers that be, that want to still have control and leverage over people or peoples in order to profit, in order to prescribe them drugs that just goes towards, doesn't actually fix the problem. It just targets, the symptom, but not without fixing the problem. Because as long as they can label you as addicted, they can get you addicted to the drug. So word magic, it goes like this. So you think of something, 2 points that are completely connected with like a line. So eye for an eye, and you apply that math and reintegrate it in your own way to fit problem solve. So being able to think there's another type of problem solving which people assume because you have a unique intelligence or a different intelligence all your own at your said disposal, that you are forgetful, that you are stupid, or that you're unintelligent, but you're actually the complete opposite. You just have mastered your own unique variation of intelligence or intelligences, and cultivating it and being able to reintegrate whatever and use things and actually apply things to the best of your ability to help you properly navigate any and every reality known to man that's come into existence since the beginning of the creation story itself. So people assume just because you have a different intelligence that you're stupid, but you're not. It's just a unique intelligence in and of itself. You just haven't found where it can be best integrated and utilized and exercised, right? Whether in a line of work or lines of work or fields of work or arenas. So that's all. It doesn't mean that you're less of a person. It just means you haven't found the right place for you yet in the right group of people to work with, where you all can bounce energies off of each other properly and accordingly, whatever, in a healthy manner. Because let's face it, we're still starting from the ground up right now, which is right, because of the reintegration of the divine feminine, right? Dark Mother herself, and the Father, the sons, because there's two of them. I don't care what you people say. You can rub black Jesus in people's face all you want because you're all just narcissistic vampires anyway to begin with. But there's still two of them there because I seen it firsthand with my third eye, because God doesn't lie. And the likelihood of me being biased is actually slimmer because I have more Cro-Magnon, and it's a proven fact already. All people gotta do is watch Vice documentaries about people in India to know that otherwise them ratting on their own. So, yeah, they can no longer say this or that with people because you're figuring out how to activate the genius within you and be able to utilize it at your disposal when need be at any given point in time. So, yes, coffee allows for more oxygen. It's a stimulant. You stimulant stuff, it allows more blood flow, which allows more oxygen to the brain. So why is it that when I drink coffee, and of course I put healthy fats in there too, why is it that all of a sudden it's like I get creative stuff out of blue already? Why? If it's so bad, it only causes anxiety or this or that. No, it just causes anxiety because, for one, you're not a high functioning neuroticism individual to begin with. So I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. Your DNA basically sucks. On the evolutionary scale spectrum, yeah, that's what I said, because it's true. Because we don't have all the same DNA, is correct. So it's just the people that it has a negative effect is because they don't have high functioning neuroticism to begin with, and their just DNA sucks. On an evolutionary point of frame of reference here. This is not to condescend them, demean them, put them down, or anything like that. It's just saying things like it is, just from an evolutionary point of reference. So, creativity is just as rare as psychic abilities. So, as much as broads want to be the baddest bitch and whatever, and they're like really like fucking annoying flies, they're still stuck on stupid because they're so self-absorbed and stuck on stroking their ego. And actually, you could say that there's broads stuck on stroking their narcissism and satiating their narcissism, is correct. But this is not just females, it's also men. But they can no longer say that the man is so bad and whatever, because if you ask me, I see a lot of these females worse.
I'm gonna go pick up some ginger ale. I want some ginger ale.
Right.
I don't know why I've been craving it all day. Still got a
Can you close the door? But anyway, brain migraines, I don't know. I seen on the TV a quick glance. There could be. I seen a gentleman in the collective. I forget his name. He had lyrics that went phantom nerve that God ripped out. Oh, phantom. I think I spelled it wrong. Yeah, phantom nerve that God ripped out. So it could be correlation between that and migraines. More oxygen activates creativity. So in correlation to what they found on MRIs. So something about a part of the brain. I'm thinking it's something that could be indeed be parts in the center of the brain. Yeah, because I remember during my awakening that it was like I was really, and this is why Egyptians are obsessed with anything in the nasal cavity and going in there in the center. Well, obviously pineal gland, but there's other stuff in there in the center that I believe that's why I was like kind of like really trying to get back there or something. Yeah, so there could be something to that, and I know if like I just talk and stuff and speak, it can like energetically help clear things up and whatever, help people see people or whatever, or connect the dots even on their own. So with whatever too. So, people still stuck on looking at you as just the white stupid girl next door, when even that white girl is ingenious, because simple can be ingenious. So, as they're saying that I'm stupid, right? So they're so stuck on trying to pin something on you because they want to win at all costs, right? To a degree. Mind you, there's truth in it still, right? To a degree. So they can't even say necessarily anymore that a half truth is a lie. So that's out. I'm going to get that out of the way to people, because why? There's two sides to a coin. Sorry, I had to pop your guys' cherry on that. To whom broads need to hear that in the collective. They're probably not gonna be too happy with me right now. So people still stuck on looking at you as just the white stupid girl next door, when even that white girl is ingenious. So because simple in and of itself can be ingenious. So basically, in other words, there's a fine line between simple and stupid. So simple, ingenious versus stupid. Just like there's a fine line between quintessential and stupid. So people are indeed getting them mixed up. Yeah. So besides them both existing at the same time simultaneously, either way. So what's that old Chinese wise proverb? You have to be young and stupid before you can be old and wise. There's a meme online that talks about it. So, and there's no such thing as white or black, besides me being very mixed to begin with. So a 30-60 ratio, but within the 30 it's mixed, and also within the 60 it's mixed. So anyone can self-teach themselves as long as they have willpower, know-how, focus, and dedication, and interested enough, obviously. And obviously, if you can sit still long enough, that's more than half the battle right there to begin with, right? First and foremost. So, I know I'm not the only one. Was that AWOL Nation blaming on the ADD? I know I'm not the only one that's had issues with ADD, ADHD, and sitting still. It's like pretty much even to this day, it's like any and every kid has it or whatever. So, yeah. So, besides timing and right opportunities presenting themselves. So, yeah, illusion to being stupid. Naivety, boo-boo the fool, boo-boo the pretender, heyoka holy idiot. Fools people and or pisses them off because you're actually genius. Yeah. So, knowing how to activate higher thought processes and what to use in order to do that without conscious thought. So, literally, what I'm gathering is the coffee, the type of coffee, and what you put in the coffee, right, can help activate clear, I'm guessing clear cognizance. So, there's something about maybe clear cognizance being in the central area of the brain and stuff to do with prefrontal lobe. When you can heal this, I know the rosemary and the forehead and the choline, absorbing choline. So yeah, that's why when people don't get omegas and whatever, they get the droopy eyes. I figured that out on my own. Um, yeah. So basically, in other words, too, even though I wasn't um right away gravitating to the little energetic Scooby snacks my mom left, I was still, it's like over time I was starting to notice stuff, and that's when I would go out of my way, like the inner child in me would go out of my way and research something because I was like noticing, and that's when I was like drawn to do something. I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't look normal or right or whatever. Yeah, so that's what happened with me. And that proves that because I was doing things on my own and gravitating on my own, that proves that I had some sort of level of intelligence already at my disposal. Whether or not people wanted to acknowledge and admit, um, whether people wanted to keep projecting that I'm stupid, it's quite hilarious, really. All this, all I gotta do is pop on here and do a simple ass video of it. So, yeah, conscious thought. Being very so they'll think you're stupid too because you're very forgiving and a doormat. Yeah. So the creative stuff I came up with, I'll just go over real quick here. And I also made sure to put my name because I know people will steal or just watch me to steal or whatever else. Yeah. Um Shapes create poetic justice on my behalf. Kosher my concurvature en voulette. Yeah, so it's like proving that me by drinking the coffee or certain supplements or whatever is activating that either higher mind, clear cognizance, and something in the center part of the brains and getting more oxygen to your brain in correlation to activating your higher mind, clear cognizance, and creativity. So I wrote, shapes create poetic justice on my behalf. Kosher my concurvature en voulette. Yeah, it's like I could probably be like a rapper or something. Yeah. Shapes create poetic justice. I owe poetic justice the El Mirage. So, yeah. Anyway,